on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from Team Samurai X-Men here, and today I'm with my boy Marcus CARISSE. Marcus, what are you saying, bro?
I'm chilling, bro.
Chilling, and what happened this weekend?
I made top 64 at 2019 Nationals.
Folks, congratulations, bro.
Thank you, thank you.
What do you play? Some sort of like UTOPIA?
Yeah. We've been working on this deck for the past couple weeks now. Me, Jesse, a bunch of the local Toronto guys as well. Ryan, Dylan. I think we had about 4 or 5 of us top. Obviously, Jesse went to Worlds yesterday because of it. It was good.
And why did you decide to use this deck for this tournament specifically?
Yes.
Not over decks like Thunder Dragons?
Right, so obviously you have the big combo decks. We wanted something that didn't auto-lose to cards that are in everybody's side deck. 3 Lancia, 3 Sanctums, 3 Droll, so we wanted to play something a little bit outside the radar. It was a little, I mean, obviously not a lot of people have been using it recently, but it turned out to be really good and a good choice.
Okay, awesome. And all right, what did you lose to in top 64?
I lost to 60 card, Orcust, Dino, Trickstar, Danger. Yeah, just a 60 card pile, but it worked well. And I bricked game 1, game 2, and so I got him there.
Okay, awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Marcus, anything else you want to say before we get started with this video?
No, let's just go right in.
All right, let's get started with the profile.
So obviously we're starting with 3 Ray.
Yep, 3
Ray's Bay, yeah, and then we have 3 Engage.
So there's no hand traps?
No, no hand traps.
How come?
Well, I mean, we do play actual trap cards, but we decided to play 0 like monster hand traps.
How come?
We blind go second as well. We think that we can beat the Thunderboard going second as well without having to hand trap. Typically the hand traps don't even stop that deck. They still just combo fully through it, unless you have 2 or 3. So we decided just to play a more consistent deck, and yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Ray is the only monster?
Ray is the only monster, and yes.
Ray's Bay.
3 multi-roll, this is just probably the best card of the deck. 2 Area 0, we went back and forth, right? I think we went 2-1, decided to go 2, and I think it was the correct choice. 2 Shark Cannon. We did play Ego Booster, so this helped facilitate the UTOPIA OTK. We didn't have it in originally, but it just kind of helped go for game.
Okay, awesome. So Ego Booster.
Yeah, and then the rest of the 1-ofs after Burner Hornet, and then we decided to go 3 Cosmic Cyclone.
Okay, why did you guys decide to play 3 Cosmic Cyclone? What's the logic behind it?
So we had MSTs originally. Obviously, Quick Theory states that you can MST your own Area 0, you get a Ray. Practicality came out, you barely ever do that. Usually this is just better for playing around Dingrisu, getting rid of Rage, Roar, Sanctuary, playing around Fog Blades, things like that. So it just came up more, and obviously hitting their Area 0 is just much better.
Okay, nice.
We played 3 Mine.
So this is generally your win condition for the deck?
Yeah, it just buys you infinite turns. And we'll get to the rest of it, and then I'll explain a bit more.
Okay.
So we played 2 Terraforming, 2 Foolish Burial Goods for the Metal Foes, Rhoda, Upstart, Metal Foes, and Double or Nothing.
Okay, so explain what Double or Nothing does.
So, I mean, as most people probably saw on stream, it gets you get 2 4s, you make Utopia, then you go into the other one, you get 10k Utopia. So, 2,000 or less attack on board is game. Otherwise, you can make a Hayate, and it kind of helps the difference a little bit. Typically, the mirror matches grind for 40 minutes. This lets you beat mirrors in 10, 15, 20 minutes. So over the course of a tournament, you can save a lot of play time just by killing them faster. It also obviously comes up against Salad. They have Dweller, Sunlight Wolf, Orcust. They have Galatea. So everything except for Thunder, it basically comes up against.
So this is like you're kind of like a built-in Valak Chimera for strikers kind of.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you get it's just a 1 card, searchable through your extra deck, and you can just game.
Okay, traps?
Yeah, traps. So I played 3 Impermanents. We only played it because it works with Trap Trick. If we didn't play Trap Trick, we probably just wouldn't have played this to begin with. And then we played 3 Metaverse. So if you draw any combination of any 2 of these trap cards, you can beat the Thunderboard going second with like the standard one of Seal, Colossus, Harbinger, and Hot Red. Obviously, you just imperm the Hot Red, place this, or vice versa. You play a Metaverse, they negate it with Hot Red, and then you just trap trick another Metaverse. So it plays through the board. So that's pretty cool, and that's one of the reasons why we didn't actually play that many hand traps.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so these are basically just, they take care of the hand traps in general.
Yeah, and it's a win con against most decks, and if it's not a win con, then it buys you
so many turns.
Yeah, exactly, and just let you back in the game. And then once Striker starts steamrolling, it's just really hard to keep up with it because of multi-roll and things like that.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Would you change anything in your main deck?
Really hard to say now. We'll kind of see what happens after the event. The Striker becomes more popular. This might not be the best choice going forward. Side deck, so we sided the artifact package. So we actually only did 2 Lancia, Scythe, and Sanctum. Obviously, these come out in the main monster zone, so it turns off some of your cards. Ideally, you do it on your turn where you end with like an Area 0 and multi-roll. It helps play around Spell Canceller as well for Thunder. So if they summon a Spell Canceller, typically don't have that many outs. This, you can just Sanctum, it ends their turn, and then attack over with a Scythe.
Pretty good.
So it came up a lot. We had 1 Lancia, but I had an extra spot on my side, so I decided to just put a second one in. It kind of comes up against other decks. This card is actually just good against every single deck right now, except for the Mirror. So it was pretty good on my side.
And also Trap Trick can just bring us out too.
Exactly, yeah. So Trap Trick is just like the heart and soul of this deck.
Nice.
You get Sanctum, and then that just ends their turn, and it helps you if you break. So we played
3 Ogre?
3 Ogre.
Oh, so I'm not the only one who thought Ogre was good in this format.
Yeah, so Ogre's obviously insane in the Mirror. I wanted something super specific for the Mirror. It just so happens that it's decent against Thunder.
Because of the Dragons?
Yeah, you hit the LP. It doesn't always end their turn, but it's something that you can side in against them. It's not always the best, but it comes up and it's good enough. So we did side 2 Full House.
Okay, so explain this card.
So this is, you pick 2 face-up cards and 3 face-down and destroy them. They just need to be the way they are at the card's activation. So you can like MST a set, and then chain target your MST, and then pop 3 other face down. So it kind of comes up in the Mirror. It's really good. End phase, Trap Trick into Full House. You guys probably all saw Jesse do that against Manav. So it comes up a lot in the Mirror. Comes up against Altergeist and True Draco and those rogue kind of decks, and it's just like a blowout. Decided 2, there can only be 1. This card was okay. I expected to play a lot more Salad than I did, but the card's just insane against Salad. They have to out the Mine, they have to out this, they have to, and then they have like if you have a Sanctum as well. There's just so many cards for them to deal with. They only have a certain amount of resources. They obviously can't deal with everything, and if you get a couple turns because of this card, then it's done its purpose. And then 2 MST.
Just extra back removal?
Yeah, it comes up in the Mirror. It's good against Orcus, especially the Trickstar version. Dealing with Light Stage can actually get pretty problematic as the game progresses, especially if you don't have kind of a super strong opening. You want to deal with Light Stage, otherwise they just start picking away at your back rows. Even if you have Mine up, and then they start picking away, and you can't really generate cards from multi-roll. So that's the side. So just a regular 1 Kagari. Actually only played 2 Hayate.
How come?
Because of the Utopia, you don't really find yourself grinding out that many Mirror matches. So 2 was actually just more than enough. We also just didn't play Hercules base, so we just thought we could either win the Mirror without grinding that much, or just going 2 Hayate. Nice. The 3rd one never actually came up. 3 Shizuku. You're trying to make this card every single turn. You want to resolve it as much as you can for the first 3 turns, and then from there you should just probably win. And then Kana, just the 1.
I know that like with the 1 Kagari, a lot of people are playing Hercules base.
Yeah.
And you guys decided not to play Hercules base.
Yeah.
Can you explain that theory behind that?
Yeah. So I mean, it's another brick in the deck turn 1. Again, with the Utopia cards, you find yourself not grinding as much. You can find yourself not making this for a long time if you're playing the Mirror. You try to wait out on it as long as you can. You try to shark cannon your opponents if they go into it the just regular link way. It was something that I really wanted to play. I know a couple other people played it, but I think Jesse, myself, Ryan, none of us played it, and I think it worked out pretty well. And then the generic stuff, just Phoenix, Hida, Ningrisu, Bomber. So this comes up a lot under Black Garden. So along with Black Garden, we also decided to put Security Dragon in.
Oh, so people are actually playing Black Garden against you guys?
Yeah, so like Black Garden became popular at Knoxville, I think, for mine decks. I mean, it just happens to turn off mine, and it also just happens to turn off the Sky Striker card, so it just seemed good in general. So this was something that actually just, we had a couple options in our head. This was probably one of the best ones we came up with. You can just go into this generically. If you have another monster, you can just put this up top, and then Phoenix below, draw a card, and then you can go into Topologic.
It's pretty nice.
And then the Topologic will clear all the tokens on the field on their side, and then it brings you back in the game.
Nice.
Dingrisu for when you Shark Cannon or Widow Anchor or Galatea, yeah, comes up.
Nice.
I don't think it came for me this weekend, but it could. And then last but not least are the Utopia cards.
Damn.
So this card, you just 2 4s, you put this detach material, so it's a quick effect, so you can play around Ash. Well, I can't play around Ash, so you can play around Baylor because you can do it in the battle phase. If you search Eagle Booster, you play around a lot more cards. So you detach material, add double or nothing, put this on top, and then you have 10k. It's just super simple, right? So you just play this, and then you put the Air Zero up top, multi-roll, pop, and then you can summon another level 4, and then you just simply just do
The Utopia?
Yeah, that's it. If you have an engage, you can engage for an Eagle Booster to play around stuff, to play around or Ash and anything like that, and then you just on top, and that's it.
And then you add double or nothing to your hand, right?
And then you add, this, so when you rank up, you have to add the double or nothing, wherever it is. I actually don't know. So you add this,
Okay,
and then so when you the double or nothing, your monster attack has to be negated. So you declare an attack,
Utopia.
you negate your own attack, and then you play double or nothing.
So it becomes 10,000.
So it's now 10,000.
And now you just
and
attack.
then it can attack a second time, and then that's the game.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
That's
good.
game, yeah.
All right, Marcus, thank you so much for this cool.
No worries.
Congratulations on
Thank you.
top 64. I know, like, you haven't topped since 2013, so a long time coming.
Yeah. Get the play mat. Sam does great mats, and he keeps coming out with new ones.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Marcus. Appreciate that. All right, guys, it's your boy Sam from TSX1 Sam signing out. All right, guys, peace.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a king with it. Like, no, this league business.